time, we're going to be coming on live and we're going to share a message. And so, what I thought I would do is to introduce ourselves, give an opportunity for those of you who don't know us, kind of give you a sense of who we are, what it is that we do, and then we'll kind of dive into really the theme of these Facebook Lives, what we're going to be doing on each one. And it's kind of leading us towards something really cool, which we'll be talking about also. So, with that being said, hey, ladies first, Dr. Lara.
You're gonna take me over.
Introduce
Nice.
yourself.
I usually ride on his coattails. Okay.
No, no coattails
Yes.
today.
So for those of you that don't know me, because I know we're on Mark's live feed, my name's Dr. Lara Romero, and I am Mark's wife, and I'm the one that tries to keep him in line, but. Anyway,
Good luck with that.
yeah, it's a job in itself. So yes, my name's Dr. Lara. I have my doctorate in metaphysics, and basically what I do is I help people get back in touch with their soul's purpose and back into an alignment with what it is they're here to do and why they're here. And I do that through energy work. I connect with your higher self. I connect with the Christ consciousness. I work with angels. I do a lot of frequency work where why are you smiling?
I'll share my
Okay.
part.
I do a lot of energy work and frequency work to help people shift thoughts and beliefs that don't serve them anymore, so you can get back on track to your right and perfect soul's path. So I think that's in a nutshell what I do.
So, okay, cool. So, I'm Mark Romero, and yes, we are officially a couple for quite some time now. We've been married for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. Let's have a moment for Dr. Lara in that.
No, I'm just
You did
kidding.
that quite well. So I'm excited. And it's funny because I was smiling while she was introducing herself because it's really been this kind of like unfolding through the years. I tell people jokingly, at least maybe, yeah, now jokingly, I married woo woo. I do energy and transformational work through music, through energy healing work. I come from more of the perspective of quantum physics and energy. And as Lara was talking about angels, I'm kind of like, I remember there was a point in time in our journey where I told her, I said, I'm not so comfortable, doing these live events together with you doing your angel thing and me doing kind of more of the recovered corporate guy thing. But it's funny how things change and metamorphosize over time. So if people would say, well, what is it that you do? Well, I help people play more beautiful music throughout their lives. We all come here with a song. That song is our passion, it's our purpose, it's our calling. It's why we came here to play the game of life. And it's the reflection of that passion, that purpose, that calling in all of us. That's what's going to transform our lives. That's what our soul wants to experience here on this experience or the game board of what I call life. And it's the expression of that that's going to provide us with levels of fulfillment, joy, passion, satisfaction. But it's also going to be a catalyst for transformation and change on the planet. Now, that being said, if we truly are made of, which I wholeheartedly believe, that we are pure magnificence in motion, why is it that we struggle? Why do we struggle in our health, in our relationships, opening to prosperity, and in our lives? Well, we get into a state of disharmony. And as Lara was talking about, the beliefs, these old belief structures, these paradigms that have run our lives, if they're not in alignment with who and what we really are, they cause disharmonious experiences in our lives. And the ones where we really know where we're hanging on to some stuff is those reoccurring negative patterns, like no matter what we seem to do, we can't seem to break through, break free. Well, I help people tune the strings of their life expression through music and energy healing work, kind of like being reluctant. I had a guy from NASA discover frequencies in my music that were very healing, actually helped to harmonize people's energy fields. And out of that discovery emerged a whole music and energy healing technology that I use to help people to move past old limiting thoughts and beliefs, revitalize their health, expand their awareness, and really unlock their potential to create extraordinary lives. And I think the reason why we felt inspired to do this series and finding inner peace in the world today is right now, today in this moment, let's face it, 2020 has not been a typical year. This is what I believe is a year of great awakening, a great calling that's going out to all of us on the planet to, hey, let go of what's no longer serving you expand into who you really and truly are. And so to do that, and to do this expansion, we need to be able to find that space within ourselves where we can rise above all the craziness that's taking place on the planet, all of the fear that's arising, all of the worry, all of the anxiety, all of the stress because of what's taking place. Now more than ever, it is essential for all of us to find that magical, peaceful place within ourselves so that we can really step into our sovereign power and really awaken to who and what we are. And so we're coming together this week. We're going to be doing a Facebook Live every week, 1 p.m. I almost said 12 noon. Every day, yes. This whole week. And presenting you with a mindset to help you to create that space within yourself, but also how you can rise above the static and noise of everything that's taking place on the planet right now and really tap into your power. Begin to accelerate your awakening, to revitalize your body, your mind, your spirit, to restore harmony, because now's the time. And who and what we are, everybody on the planet right now is playing such a key role in what's taking place on the planet today. I don't know if you have anything to add on to that. You sound like you do.
Oh, do I?
I don't know.
Was I
Do
saying?
you?
No, I was just listening to what you were saying. Yeah, to talk about what Mark was talking about, I think right now why so many people are angry, why so many people are trying to get other people to see their opinions, and just like throwing all these insults back and forth is because people feel like they're a victim. And when we feel like we're a victim and we don't have power, our own empowerment, we get scared. And that's why there's so much division going on. And I was talking to my daughter today about this, about where so many people are on the spectrum versus, your intuition versus still being asleep versus just waking up to it and not understanding what your intuition is. And that's going to be another topic. But today's topic is about realizing that you're not a victim. Yes, this stuff is going on outside of us. It's portraying out in the world. And part of the reason is because we've had so much inner turmoil within ourselves and the planet, and there's a lot of light coming into the planet now. And when that happens, all of this stuff is getting brought up. So, people think, oh, this is so horrible. I feel like crap, and look at what all is happening. This world is going to hell. That's what a lot of people are saying. Yeah. But I want to offer a different perspective on that, is that it's coming up for us to take a look at it. It's coming up for us to take a look at the division that we have within ourselves. I mean, we can see it. It's portraying out in our lives, but it's like, where's that division happening within us? And where can we start to feel like we do have some power over our own lives?
Absolutely. This time is the greatest and grandest opportunity for us to awaken to this amazing power that we have within us. It's not out there, it's in here. And I really believe this, not only from our own experience and what we're going through in 2020, but I see this happening collectively across the planet, is that we need to remember our magnificence. We need to get in touch with our divine potential. We need to embody the truth of who and what we are, because who you are is pure magnificence. Who you are is pure divine essence. Who you are is extremely powerful. And believe it or not, regardless of what you might be feeling with everything that's happening on the planet, no matter what you might be experiencing right now, you have the ability to shape and shift the outer world. It's not done through hard work. It's not done through all this stuff out there. It's done in here. It's done within your own state of being, your own energy, your resonance that you're broadcasting. And so now's the time for us to really to awaken to that power. I always say life is kind of like the cosmic game of hide and seek. We come in here with all of our power, all of our grandeur, all of our divinity. We're born, we promptly forget every single bit of it. And then we have parents that say this or that, and we have educational institutions that say if you're incapable of memorizing these 100 things and putting them down on another piece of paper completely, purely, perfectly, then you're not smart and you're not going to amount to anything. All these belief structures that we've been programmed with, they're not the truth of who and what we are. You're so much more than that. And you're so much more than any turbulence that's taking place right now in your life or on the planet. And our kind of mission and what we want to accomplish this week is to really to help you to embody that, on a whole nother level so that you can rise above all the static and noise that's taking place on the planet today and get in touch with your true essence. One of the analogies I've used in, of course, being a musician is I love the AM/FM radio dial. We've got 88.5 on this end and 108.5 on this end. We can tune into any station at any time and live a completely different life than what we're living today. And right now, all the craziness that's taking place on the planet is broadcasting at 88.5. Well, what if you could move from 88.5 to, let's say, 94.7? You could tune into a whole new station of possibility. So the first mindset we really wanted to share today is to realize that that's a possibility. To embody your power and the truth of who and what you are, you have this ability and this capability. And every day this week, we're going to share a new mindset on these lives to help you to access that power, to help you to let go of whatever might be in the way of you accessing that power, and to begin to start recreating your state of being. And by doing so, start recreating your experience. And if more and more of us come together and embody this type of work, we can recreate the world we live in. And that, to me, is exciting. Because if we're waiting for the politicians to do it, we're going to be waiting forever. If we're waiting for the educational institutions to do this, we're going to be waiting forever. We need to move from this broadcast of fear that's taking place on the planet. That has to be the first step. And you do that by bringing your attention within and tuning into this space and start really remembering, but also integrating and utilizing your power to shift your state. And so if that means you have to get off Facebook, if that means you have to turn off the news, then absolutely. In fact, I highly recommend that, because those are just pipelines for fear, and they're not leading us in the direction that we need to go. We need to go in the things and engage in the things that are going to move us up the dial as opposed to bringing us down.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that brings us to the point of having your own personal power. So, how do you feel like you're empowered? Well, you always have a choice of what you're going to listen to. So you have a choice to turn on the television and to get caught up in the news. You have a choice to turn off Facebook and not scroll through things, but only be on Facebook when we're talking. Just kidding. But you have that choice. And you start with the little things. Okay, well, I have a choice to not watch the TV. I have a choice to listen to a positive podcast. I have a choice to read something that's going to make me feel better. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yes, all that's going on, but where your personal power lies is how you respond to it, not how you react. So I think what Mark was saying was like, get out of the reaction mode and go within and start to choose how you're going to respond to things. Because like when you're scrolling through Facebook, all of that's a reaction, whether you realize it or not. Those split seconds, you have a reaction, you have an opinion, you have an emotion, right? But if you choose to get off of that, and if you choose to read something or hear something that's positive, that invokes a different chemical reaction in your body, and it helps you see things differently. So, think about it. What are you putting in your mind? Are you putting more fear because you're listening to the narrative? Or are you putting positive things in there so you can help yourself respond to life in the way that you want to respond and not feel like you're a victim?
We don't have control in how our lives are going to unfold. But what we do have power over is how it is that we react to circumstances, how it is that we react to the twists and turns in our own human experience that are most assuredly going to show up. But if we start looking at those challenges, if we look at the division that's taking place on the planet, oh, you've got left and you've got right, you've got black and you've got white, you've got all these different things that are starting to or attempting to create division, you don't have to respond to that. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, you need a left and a right hand to be able to reach out and to do things in life. You know, you need to have the daytime and the nighttime to experience, at least here on the game board of this planet. We have to end the divisions within our own selves. By doing so, we end the divisions that are out picturing on the movie screen of our life experience. And we start to do that by realizing that, hey, you know what? I don't need to keep recreating what some media outlet is presenting to me, whether it's Fox or CNN or MS, whichever. You don't need to get caught up in that. You can begin to start bringing your attention inward and realizing and observing and realizing that all of these challenges, all of these breakdowns that have been taking place this year, they're all there, and they're the greatest and grandest opportunities to help us what? Remember how powerful we are, to remember who we really are, which are divine, sovereign beings, here to experience ourselves, but also to learn how to compose the life of our dreams, how to compose a world that works, how to compose a world of oneness, of health and vitality. So the first step, I think we kind of covered a lot of things, but I think the first step is to really start to embody that within yourselves. So I really just want you to just take some moments today. It doesn't need to be a long time. Just take some moments to breathe and focus on your breath and bring your attention inward. I always like to focus on the heart space and just see what shows up. Just see what pops into that experience. And stop feeding yourself the stuff that's going to give you negative fear, that's going to trigger you in one way or another. And if you do get triggered, breathe through it, move forward.
And I think also ask yourself, who are you listening to? And why are you giving them your power? So if you're listening to something and it doesn't quite feel right within you, but it's like from an authority figure, challenge that. Ask yourself, who am I listening to and why am I listening to this? And does it ring true for me? Really ask that. Really ask yourself, does this sound right for me? Does this ring true? Because we have been so conditioned to think that people in power are smarter than us, that know what's best for us. And now we're coming up on all this awakening that's like, no, we are sovereign. We have a choice. So start to ask yourself, is this true for me? And begin to open up your perspective on the way, on what you could see things or how you could see things differently. Like, this isn't just one way where the truth is. There's other things out there, and listen to other sides and then go within and say, what works for me?
Mm-hmm. You have access to all of the information that's available in the quantum universe. It's right there. It's available to you. But guess what? You don't access it out there. You access it in here. And that's the key to begin to really live a more empowered and awakened life, is to realize that's where we access who and what we are. So we're looking forward to coming back tomorrow at the same time. We're going to share another mindset through the week. And then we wanted to let you know that we're hosting a complimentary call this Thursday, October the 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Pacific. I put the link in the description of this live cast. And we'd love for you to come and join us. We're going to dive in deeper to what we're doing today. We're going to represent or dive into some of these other mindsets that we're going to be presenting through the week. But we're also going to be taking you through a really cool healing process that's going to really give you the vibrational support you need to gain momentum in this process and what we're talking about today.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, I was all excited. Ooh, we're going to do energy work. That's my
Yeah, we're
favorite
going to do a
thing.
process. Absolutely.
Yes.
So the link's there. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to DM us, comment on this video. We'll be keeping track of it. You can DM Dr. Lara or myself. And we look forward to these moments, these times together. And we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific. And then, like I said again, there's a link in the information here that you can click on. You can sign up for a complimentary live cast that we're going to be doing this Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. That's October 1st, at least California time. And really looking forward to diving into this and taking you on a really cool journey. So thank you so much for being here.
I also wanted to say, if you know of anyone that might benefit from this, share this. Because, Facebook, it only has so many people that we can reach. But if you know of anyone else that might benefit from what we're saying or could benefit from the call on Thursday, please share it with us.
Absolutely.
Share it with them.
Yes, definitely. Good reminder. So thank you so much for being here. Let us know if you have any comments, any questions, and we'll go from there. And we'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific.
Have a beautiful day.
Take care.